Welcome to our second annual Lawrence High Shark Tank competition. I am Senior Dylan Peters.
I'm Junior Alton Clark.
I'm Junior Julie Monero.
Tonight we have a great show for you folks, and Ollie will describe the show.
All right, tonight we have several contestants who are inspired entrepreneurs. They have several new, creative, unique, exciting ideas for us tonight. We have several sharks who will be looking at these ideas and making an investment on these entrepreneurs' ideas. But unlike the show, they will have a limited budget, and so they will have to pick and choose which idea they like the most. And at the end of the show, our gracious judges who decide to join us tonight will evaluate not only the entrepreneurs' ideas and business concepts, but the judges' decisions to make investments on these entrepreneurs.
Tonight, throughout the show, we're going to have numerous amounts of raffles, which you guys will be participating in, so make sure you keep your tickets that you guys got. As well as towards the end of the show, we're going to have an active voting, which you guys will participate in and vote on your favorite contestant. And as well, the half of the proceeds of tonight's show will go to the Special Olympics.
Now we're going to introduce our first sharks. We have Hannah Puzlinski and Pranav Sabanayam.
Arts and Humanities Academy, where she is an active participant in model competition. So much
So that she has adopted Congress with work ethic this past year. So basically, she hasn't done anything. Hannah recently inherited vast fortune, which she's looking forward to donating to aspiring entrepreneurs. Pranav is a junior in high school. Besides his love for cream soda, Pranav is passionate about engineering and design and is very active in the LHS STEM community. As the president of the STEM Academy, he looks forward to investing today on some of these great ideas.
Our next group of sharks, officially named Beyonce's doppelganger, Lindsay Jorgensen is a member of the Business Academy. Famous for her skills in ballet, she is also well-versed in modern, contemporary, and mermaid dancing. As the secret wife to Steve Jobs, she inherited his fortune and is excited to share his money with young entrepreneurs as long as their ideas aren't awful. Next. Although Kush Patel cannot be physically there for every business deal, his name and voice is always present. As the former chairman of the Senate Committee of Finance and current Business Academy president, he has the pleasure of both regulating and dominating the financial institutions. His main venture as Telecom Industries, a leading high-tech and pharmaceutical firm, and The Well, a high-tech burger joint that dominates Houston's culture. To give back, he started the Entrepreneur Matrix, a nonprofit that is dedicated to teach young individuals what is needed to be an entrepreneur. Kush has a fortune he created himself that his young ventures tonight will inherit.
Next, we have Diane Schneck and Dan Wolf. Mr. Wolf is the Arts and Humanities Academy leader, 5-time Teacher Jeopardy champion, brown belt in the Kempo Karate, and 100% certifiably crazy in and out of the classroom. So you better have a good idea or you can forget about getting a red set from his team. Miss Schneck, only 29, is the queen of the LHS business community and will do her best to contain Mr. Wolf tonight.
And last but certainly not least, we have Shaq Yusuf and Ian Rosenast. Shaq, a business savant since the day he came out the room, Shaq is often referred to as the Wolf of Princeton Pike. Credited with his strategies behind bottled water and the plastic things at the end of your shoelaces, Shaq Yusuf is a valuable multi-billion-dollar connect to any of those entrepreneurs and can really get your product going. Shaq is known for his marketing ability and dexterity with people relations. He even once sold Leonardo DiCaprio a pen. And his partner, Ian Rosenast. Hold on, Right? Ian Rosenast was born with the dollar signs in his eyes. The business savvy junior has already run the table with two, not one, but two successful businesses. Ian's first business, Elegance, was a watch company that sold for a jaw-dropping $1 million. The entrepreneur's second venture, Bertheloti Steakhouse, I'm sorry if I said that wrong, is a Cuban restaurant based in Miami. The restaurant has recently gained national acclaim and is quickly expanding. Give it up for the Mark Cuban of Lawrence High, Ian Rosenast. And now we will have our first contestant, or first contestants, the 3D thinkers, Arjun, John, Kayla, Eric, and Lila.
They're gonna make me look.
Guys, we're finally in 6th grade. I'm so psyched.
I know, right? Have you guys seen the 3D printer that Mrs. Heller and Mrs. Rubenstein just got? Yeah, it's awesome. Oh my gosh, I would so love to have something 3D printed.
Oh my gosh, guys, I have an idea. Let's create our own company.
Yeah, that's awesome. I know what we should name it. The 3D Thinkers. I'll design a logo. Is there a logo? Hi, I'm Lila, and I am in charge of organization and management. As Ayla said, we're the 3D Thinkers, and we have a few missions. Mission number 1 is to help people of all ages and ethnicities that have a hand disability, and our second mission is to introduce 4th graders and up to the new technology, the 3D printer. Next slide. Oh, and we'd like to give a shout out to our tech teacher, Mrs. Rubenstein. Those are our missions. And now Kaya and John will tell you about enabling the future.
So what we do with our profits in our company is a small amount of our profits are reinvested in the company to kind of keep our business going, but the majority of our profits are donated to a nonprofit company called Enabling the Future, and John's going to elaborate on what Enabling the Future is.
Hi, I'm John, and I'll tell you a little bit about Enabling the Future. Enabling the Future is an organization that raises money for people without hands. The way they do it is they match up people who own 3D printers with people without hands. And prosthetic hands are then printed for the people without them. We will be donating a majority of our profits to Enabling the Future, both to raise awareness for people without hands and the magic of 3D printers. We truly believe that Enabling the Future can change the world.
Next slide. Hi, I'm Desi, and I'm going to tell you a little bit about the products that we sell. We sell about 5 right now: the Pikachu, an owl, a Minecraft creeper, an Eiffel Tower, and a stretchy bracelet. These are the current products that we currently sell, and in the future we plan to add more. We might add an animal collection with some sharks that we've actually printed for you guys today. And we might also add a Wonders of the World collection with more items that will relate to our Eiffel Tower, like a Leaning Tower of Pisa and possibly the Empire State Building. And by adding more products, we hope to increase our customer base and make more profits. And that's pretty much it. Next slide.
Hi, I'm Arjun, and I'm the marketing director. We have studied our market extensively to satisfy the needs of both boys and girls. We do this by creating many different products available in many different colors. Currently, we aim to sell to 4th, 5th, and 6th graders. Currently, at our time in this school, we don't have any competition. Now, Kaya and I have created some target personas. Next slide, please. These are people who we'd most likely sell to. So first, let's start with Jenna. Jenna is a tomboy, you could say. She plays popular video games like Pokemon and Minecraft, and she loves to play them all the time. Although she still acts like a girl, she loves our Pikachu and Creeper products.
Our second persona is Amanda. Amanda likes girly colors like pink and purple, and she loves to collect knickknacks, and she wears jewelry like almost every day, and she's in the 4th grade.
Now boys. First we have Jonah. Jonah, just like Jenna, loves popular video games like Pokemon and Minecraft. He loves to collect little toys and figurines, therefore being naturally attracted to many of our products.
Our last persona is a 4th grade boy named Josh. Josh is really nice to his sister, and he buys bracelets and little trinkets for her. He really likes to travel, and so he'd probably be interested in our new Wonders of the World collection. Next slide. Oh, sorry.
Hi, I'm Ayla. I'm in advertising with Lena, and these are some of the advertising methods we use. First, we handed out flyers, some of which the sharks are going to receive now. We also hung posters up, such as this one and this one. And now Lena will elaborate more.
So, hi, I'm Lena, and another way we've been advertising is we've appeared on the morning show, which is basically like a 5-minute period in which we perform announcements for the day. And so Ayla and I have written a script that we perform on the morning show, and it gives us more customers and introduces us to our customers.
So our most successful form of advertising was actually word of mouth. The students talked about our company, and they spread the word. So our company became really popular in just like a couple days. Next slide.
Hello, I'm Tommy, and I'm going to talk about how our company is separated into 4 groups. First, we have a marketing team, a financial department, the design and tech team, and we have a day-to-day operations group. Next slide.
Hi, I'm Eric, and I'm going to just show you what our sales have been for 2 weeks, broken down by all the products that we offer. So our total sales have been just north of $60. And our top 2 sellers right now are the Pikachu and Creeper, which are both at $16 for the 2 weeks combined. But the stretchy bracelet is quickly catching up, and we expect that to take over once we're able to keep enough inventory in stock. And our smallest selling items, the special creepers and the spinny rings, are just products that have not worked well, and we are selling out of our existing inventory. Next slide.
Hi, I'm Anna, and I'm in charge of the funding request. So we are asking for $25,000 in exchange for a royalty deal. We will give you 20 cents per item until you make back $20,000, and then for the remaining $5,000, you can get 10 cents per item. And after the deal is paid off, you can get a penny per item.
Next slide. So that's us, the 3D thinkers, and before we start to haggle, does anybody have any questions?
Yeah, we have a question right here. Yep. All right. So our question is, aren't you guys a little too young to be running a company?
No.
Seems legit. All right, we'll take it. That was a good answer. Yeah, we do have one other real question, actually. You guys said that you 3D print this with a 3D printer. Do you guys, I don't know if you mentioned this before, but do you know how much the materials cost for that you...
I'm going to let Eric answer that.
So all of our products cost approximately 50 cents to make, and they're sold for $2.
Perfect, thank you.
Any other questions?
Yes. Call me ignorant, but what's a creeper?
Okay, so there's this game, Minecraft, and it's like one of the most popular games there is. It's been top of the charts for I don't know how many years now, but a creeper is one of the enemies in the game.
Okay, thank you.
Any others?
Yes, I have one. The age groups you said are 6th graders and 5th grade, correct?
Actually, 4th graders are our top sellers, but we do sell to the 5th and 6th.
Now, insurance and liability. These are a bit small. Choking hazards, kids, when they're young, they like that.
We don't expect any 4th graders to actually stuff them down their throats.
It's a good answer.
So, all right. So I'd like to have the crowd give them one more round of applause. A little something that I like to, which I have a lot of respect for you guys, is like how at such a young age you guys were able to form groups and create leadership structure and try to create a company off of this, which is pretty remarkable. Like you guys do all about marketing, financing, what the word royalty meant, which is something that not a lot of people know, especially at your age, which is a very big deal. So, a round of applause for that. And what I like a lot about this company is how you guys are always like.
All right, wrap it up.
I really liked the sharks you made. Thank you.
So I like the idea and everything, but at some point I presume that since there's 900 students in your grade, and there's maybe 100 or 200 kids who'd be interested in this. At some point, let's say every single one of them buys one of these. Then what happens? Since there's no demand, how will you continue to sell?
We sell once a week, and we actually are hoping to get more 3D printers.
And let me just aid in that answer to Pranav. If you'd like to join me and Ian, we could really take that company that you're only selling to your specific school, and we could just increase the target area. And instead of the 900 kids or so that Pranav was talking about, we can probably make it millions of kids around the United States. This is a very cool and unique idea. How's that sound? All right. So we'd like to. You guys are asking for $25,000 with your royalty of 25 cents. Drops down later to 20%, 20 cents per item. So we'd like to take that offer if you guys, agree to it.
I'm going to let Monet deal with that.
So you're going to give us what we asked for, basically?
Basically, exactly what you asked for.
Okay. Yeah, we'll like to take that offer.
Oh, thank you, sir. Why don't you guys come over here for a second?
Thank you.
And shake our hands, and we'll congratulate you guys. Come over here. You guys look great. All right, thank you guys. We'll look forward to working with you. Wasn't that presentation great, everyone? Thank you. One more round of applause. Thank you, guys. That's 1 point for Shaq and Ian, 0 for the rest, I guess.
All right, one last round of applause for the 3D thinkers. Throughout the show tonight, we'll be introducing our judges, and our first judge is Kelly Ford. She is the CMO for Edison Partners. She's a 20-year technology marketing veteran. She spent 15 years building entrepreneurial ventures at both startup and growth stages, and is currently advising Edison's portfolio of technology companies on sales and marketing strategies. Kelly worked closely with the last year's Shark Tank champions, the Kitchen Twins, and helped the girls move to their products into ShopRite and Acme. Our next contestants, the Burrito Academy, with Mike Marsh and Sunny Marai.
School, grades, SATs,
Checks.
homework.
Mike, I got it.
What, Sonny?
The Burrito Academy.
Let's spice it up.
We feed education. When I was a young child, my mother always told me, Sonny, you can't learn on an empty stomach. And this mantra is the foundation of the Burrito Academy. We aim to provide hungry students with a filling, unique twist on authentic burritos. Our main demographic is the Central Jersey region, and the average age is 15 to 24, which also happens to be our main target market. And we also plan on marketing towards students, and we plan on marketing towards Generation Z, which is a very trendy generation. And we feel like burritos are the latest culinary trend that we can capitalize on.
Now, some of the schools we're talking about are the boarding schools of Lawrenceville, Hunn, Petty, and Pennington. Now, one exception here is the George School, which is in PA. Now, although they're in PA, it's relatively close to the Central Jersey region, so we don't see transportation as much of an issue. Some of the colleges we plan to target are the College of New Jersey, Princeton, Rider, and Rutgers. Rutgers is like the George School, not really in our central region. However, we think we can still get there in a timely fashion, and it's not really that much of a problem for us to transport our trucks. By 3 years, we want to expand into the PA and Philadelphia region, and some of these schools are Temple, Drexel, and Penn, all schools that are very close to each other. Now, our competitors, we have two groups, the refined, really good tasting burritos and, great food, and then we have the calorie-packed sandwiches that kids love to eat. The calorie-packed sandwiches are Hoagie Haven, Are You Hungry, and Fat Shack. And then the refined food is more like Outsider and Chipotle. I'm sure all of you know Chipotle, the biggest burrito brand in America. It's going to be hard to compete with them. However, we think the fact that we go to the students instead of the students coming to us is where, we're really going to edge Chipotle. The way we're organized is we have 3 burrito trucks with 2 trained chefs on each truck, and a customer service team. The customer service team, although they're going to cost us a little extra, we think it's essential in maintaining customer loyalty and satisfaction. Now, when marketing, as my partner Sunny said, the ages we're targeting are 15 to 24, so social media is definitely a big hit for us. Twitter and Facebook are where we really want to reach out. And then we also want to get onto Yelp, which is a service which can help other people find our company. And then we also want to get into school and college newspapers. An example of one of these is the Daily Targum, one of the most prized, famed newspapers at Rutgers.
And we at the Burrito Academy, we believe our menu is our greatest advantage against our arguably greatest competitor, Chipotle. At Chipotle, you have several different options, but essentially you end up with the same product. However, we plan on offering tons of different types of burritos, a California burrito, a Tex-Mex burrito, and even a Korean burrito, which is currently a huge culinary trend that many trucks are capitalizing on. And we also plan on introducing a Burrito of the Week special, and we plan on interacting with customers through social media to really figure out which burritos they want every week. And this is a great way to get some variety in our menu. As for projected income and expenses, our projected daily income is $2,000 per week, which adds up to $6,000 daily. Our 2-month income is $360,000. And our main external expense is the deposit on loans, which I'll talk about soon. And our internal expenses are employees, ingredients, truck maintenance. And our external deposit that I was talking about before, that is a $200,000 external loan at 8% interest, which we plan on paying back over 8 to 10 years. And also an initial $50,000 internal loan investment from my partner and I.
And lastly, Sharks, we'd like to ask for $100,000 for 10%.
What are you going to do with that $100,000?
We really want to expand a little more, so we're thinking of putting it on our marketing team as well as buying another truck possibly.
So that would give you 4 trucks?
Yep. Yes.
I have a question. I've heard recently that Chipotle is going to start delivering their food. How do you think you would compete with them in that way?
Well, we heard this too, and this was a concern, but we think that the fact that, we kind of got there first, and we're going to schools, which is a little different, and we're going to not only, one person ordering a burrito, but a whole general region of students.
Yeah, and we're outside school, so it's still more convenient than delivery, because the students can just walk out and get a burrito immediately after class.
Yeah, one more question over here. What's your like? There's a lot of saturation in the burrito industry, I'd say. What's your guys' take on how you're gonna really compete with that oversaturation, because there is a lot of Chipotle. We're not mentioning Qdoba. There's also Moe's, and even Taco Bell has a share of the market there. So what do you think?
Let me answer your question with a question. When's the last time you had Chipotle at your school?
I haven't. I normally have to drive about 10 minutes.
Okay. So?
So with over 4,000 food trucks across the United States, how do you know that no one else has had the same idea as you, and how do you expect to enter this market?
Research.
I have a question.
Seems legit.
You said your target market is 15 to 24-year-olds, and usually there's not a lot of money at that point, especially at college. What are you charging for these burritos?
Approximately $6 to $7, just slightly lower price than Chipotle.
So one of my biggest concerns with this product is that like the kind of culture that America, New Jersey and the Northeast has developed with cuisine. Like in California, I understand I would see the food trucks, but one of my concerns a little bit is like, how do you guys plan on maybe starting the potential like wave of food trucks and the demand for food trucks in the Northeast compared to like how it's already big in California?
Well, it actually is pretty big here. I don't know if you've heard of Are You Hungry, which I mentioned. It's one of the biggest food trucks in the country at Rutgers.
Philadelphia also has a great food truck scene as well.
I have a question over here. Going to these schools, how do you feel about setting up? Are there licenses, permits? What do you have to do to set up at these schools?
Just going through the staff, really. And I have a few friends at Lawrenceville, and I've talked to them, and I actually reached out to the staff members, and they love the idea of having a food truck on campus. So kids, they don't have to go to the dining hall. They can grab a quick bite and get to class.
All right. Just our overall thoughts. $100,000 for 10% seems a little bit much. Since Ms. Schneck, she has some good experience with food trucks such as Kona Ice coming the other couple years ago, maybe last year. So she does have experience with that, and the fact that you guys don't have a sample for us, I'm kind of hungry right now.
It's waiting in the teacher faculty lounge.
So we'll take your offer down to $50,000 for 20%.
I'm also in the food industry with Bertolotti Steakhouse. I have numerous restaurants in the Miami region, and I would love to bring the Burrito Academy down to Miami.
Okay. With all due respect, we'd like to hear any other offers.
Yeah, we got an offer for you. Shaq's offer was pretty solid. We'd like to give you $50,000 for 15%, which is better than 20.
Yep. Not the same connections.
Any other offers?
I'm just not seeing this fly, so I'm out.
Little to no vision over there. Are there any other offers on the table?
All right, you have two offers on the table. Let's not wait for them. Choose.
Well, obviously, Ms. Schneck, Mr. Wolf, better offer.
Wait! Before you say anything, better offer. But again, another thing you guys want to think about is the connections you get with each shark.
I am the Deca Queen. You have no more connections than I did.
I'm sorry, I'm a trillionaire.
Our outfits look really cool.
And I forgot to tell you that Uncle Gustav Wolf, my uncle has connections in Vegas.
We're going to come in with an offer.
So we can bring it to the West Coast.
Okay, we're going to come in with an offer, $75,000 for 15%.
We are out.
No, we're not.
Take cushion.
Mr. Wolf, would you like to try to up your ante or plus one?
No, we stand firm.
Again, think about the sharks you're getting with the offer.
I'd like to add in that I am Beyonce's doppelganger.
Can we throw on the shot clock? Is that?
Sure.
Well, Kush, looks like you got a deal, buddy. Thank you, guys.
Thank you, bud.
That's how you do business.
Congratulations to Mike and Sonny. Next up, we'd like to give a warm round of applause for our next judge, Frank D. Meglio. Clap it up. Give it a big round of applause. Mr. Meglio is a financial advisor and managing director with Northwestern Mutual. Frank was born and raised in Robbinsville, where he then attended Lawrence High School and then attended Ursinus College in Collegeville, Pennsylvania. Upon graduation, Frank joined Northwestern Mutual in 2007 as a financial advisor. Frank helps families and business owners with all areas of financial planning, including insurance and investments. As a managing director, Frank takes great pride in meeting prospective advisors who will be a great addition to the firm. Frank is married to his wife, Laura, and lives in Princeton, New Jersey, with their daughter, Olivia, and are expecting their second child this summer. Our next group of entrepreneurs are Sujay and Akash Sura with their company, Compad.
Hello, Sharks. My name is Suraj Kura. And my name is Akash Kura. We are here to present our product called the Compad. Next slide. Did you know that Americans spend 2 years of their whole life waiting in lines? They spend their time in lines waiting for transportation, like buses and trains, and everything else, bored. So, next we go to the Compad. Next slide. So, what is the Compad? The Compad is your own personal and portable laptop desk. It's easily attachable to backpack straps. It's used for laptops and other devices. It's adjustable to fit any size person. And it's foldable and easy to use. So you don't have to wear that all the time. You can fold it up and attach it to your backpack straps. Next slide. Here's a short video about how the Compad works. Next slide. The Compad is a laptop harness, and its desk system makes it truly mobile. It's usable anywhere while on your feet. You can start walking with it, and nothing will happen because it's hands-free. You have the ability to move your hands around while keeping your laptop safe and protect from being dropped or damaged. Next slide. Product details. The materials we use are leather straps, PVC rulers, hinges, and also buckles to the harness. The cost price of this Compad is $15, and we sell from a range of $30 to $40. Because we make it at $15, we sell at $40, but if we lower down the cost price to $9 and get it in bulk, we can lower the selling price to $30. Our target customers are students in high schools, colleges, and even in regular schools like the one I'm in, LHS, commuters, and field representatives. Next slide. So right now we have our product, concept, and prototype. Right now we are here to look for investors in our product. Then we will go to test our product throughout a few people. Then we have our marketing campaign. So what we're going to do is we're going to go online and we're going to make our own website online for the Comped. We're also going to expand our business by making it used for different uses, such as if you're at Six Flags and the ride line is really long and you're hungry, you can just put your tray on the Comped and start eating. It's hands-free. Next, we're going to have our product launched. Next slide. So thanks for watching, and Sharks, would you like to join the Comped team?
I have a question for you guys. I think it's a great idea. And did you think about that you're also competing with a lot of people that are using their phones or little iPads? You know, I'm trying to think how many people are carrying their notebooks with them and are going to really use your invention. If you could elaborate on that, that'd be great.
So many people have laptops as they go to work and come back to work. Many commuters have this also. Not just because they have phones, if they have other devices and other materials they want to put on the Comped, they can put it on. Especially my dad, I can talk about. He always takes his laptop to work and back, and say he wants to work while he's on the train. All he has to do is set up the Comped, put his laptop on it, and done.
One addition to that point right here, Mr. Wolf, I think one of the biggest selling points is hands-free. I'm pretty sure you have to use at least one hand to use your phone. Am I right? All right, perfect. We have one more question too. With the Comped, does it come with the backpack on, or is it an attachable product? Because we were thinking that a lot of people who commute and who go to attend schooling, they already have backpacks. So if it's an attachable product, that'd be also great.
Yes, it is an attachable product.
That's perfect.
So you can attach it to the straps of your backpack.
I might have missed this, but is there a particular amount of money you guys are asking for?
Yeah, we want $50,000 for a 25% equity in our business.
Thank you.
So, do you guys see any possible alternatives or any competition to your product in business?
So far, we don't have any competition to our product.
Do you have a patent pending?
Yeah, it's a patent pending product right now.
Do you think it's possible, so you guys have backpacks, you guys both have backpacks. Do you think it's possible that the major backpack companies such as Swiss Gear, Camelback, and some of those other companies to potentially make a similar product? Do you think that would be possible also?
It could be possible, but it's not likely because it's my idea.
There's a patent on it.
All right. Enough waiting around. We'll give you $50,000, but since your invention really hasn't been tested truly yet, we'd like 30% equity.
We'll take your offer.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
You won't regret it.
Wait. You will regret
We didn't
that.
shake hands.
We would have given you more.
We would have given you something.
Smart young men.
We wrote down 75.
Well, you didn't go too quick.
Great invention.
He's right. The game's all about quickness.
What did you say? One for you, one for us?
Yes.
Congratulations to them for accepting their first deal. The next judge we have up is Andy Mescal. Andy Mescal is a licensed financial advisor at Santander Bank. He lives and works in Lawrenceville and loves having the opportunity to help people in his community make smart decisions with their money. Andy is a member of the New Jersey Coalition for Financial Education, sits on the board of directors for the Family Guidance Center in Hamilton, and is a Mercer County big brother and gives financial guidance to those in need on a regular basis. He was a Shark Tank judge last year, and he continues to be impressed with the enthusiasm, professionalism, and creative ingenuity of Lawrenceville's young entrepreneurs. Give it up. The next group we have is Christian Argaboni and Bat Armabat with ELD.
Our idea is one that is not very orthodox in terms of Shark Tank. Our idea is fairly revolutionary in terms of the advancements in the technology that our civilization has reached so far. Our idea is not considered to be normal, and it's considered to be something that's far beyond the education that of high schoolers, but it's still an idea nonetheless. And this is an idea that we've been working on for over a year now, and we've put great amounts of theoretical calculations and effort into this, and we hope you enjoy it. Next. Next. All right. So, let me ask you a question. Let me ask all of you a question. Have you ever wanted to fly? Of course you have. I mean, we all have, haven't we? From our childhood to seeing people all over the world, seeing people, pilots even, just wanting to fly. Imagine just lifting our wings and lifting our arms and just levitating into the air. Well, I don't mean flight like, next, flying like on a plane. That's not what I mean. That's not flight. I don't mean flight like, next, imagination flying, like just thinking about flying. I don't call that flight, and I would never call that flight for any one of you. Next. And I don't mean flight like bungee jumping, pseudo-flight, as I like to call it. I mean real flight. I mean official, legitimate flight. Next. I mean, next, flight like Superman. That's what I mean. I mean flying like Superman. I mean flying like, next, Iron Man. That's the type of real and official flight that I'm talking about. That's the real official flight that I want all of us to embrace. And that's the real official flight that I've been working, me and my compatriot has been working on for the past year. Next. Next. All right. We here at a theoretical company, Spark Club, we want to create this device known as, next, known as the electromagnetic levitation device. This stands for ELD in short. And this is the theoretical picture at the moment. It looks like this. It will look somewhat like this with the size and proportions to fit somewhere in your hands, to fit somewhere on rafts and buildings and small little objects that will be able to hover and lift entities. And you can use multiple of them, you can buy multiple of them, and this will be the estimated size. Next. So this is how it works.
Okay, so this is generally, it's going to be about yay big. It will go on each hand and foot. You have a Van de Graaff generator at the very top, which is in blue, which produces negative ions. The way those work, they're in the air, they're everywhere. In the red, on the left and right, you have ion ray guns. They shoot out negative ions too. And the way negative ions work is like magnets. When you have two of the opposite sides together, they repel each other. So what happens is when you have a high concentrated amount of negative ions in a tight contained surface, they tend to want to just explode out of the device. So by opening up a hole at the very bottom, they will shoot out with enough force to lift you up. Next. How it will change the world. Next. Construction. All right, you can attach it to the bottom of beams to lift high beams into the air. There's no need for the great amount of workers anymore in construction. Limits medical bills, injuries. It can help with so much stuff. Next, astronomical exploration.
In terms of astronomical exploration, scientists in fields of astronomy and astrophysics and businesses and research institutes such as NASA, we've always been trying to search for more efficient ways to explore our galaxy, to explore our solar system, and to transport orbital devices such as our very first Sputnik to navigate around the Earth, to navigate around other planets, to see the composition of the materials in the planets. And such devices, such levitating devices, could work cohere so well with our ELD. We can connect it, and it'll use it'll be battery based, and it can be used to propel and to create the electrons to propel these small little devices upward. And it can be able to lift up to 200 pounds based on our calculations. And based on that, very heavy objects, 4 of them can lift 200 pounds. So very heavy objects such as bricks and construction devices, and devices such as in microgravity, where the gravity is very low, the forces will be very high in space, and then high acceleration can be produced in space with these Sputnik devices and orbital devices. Next. All right. Costs for one ELD devices. So far, this ELD device is fairly expensive. It requires high amounts of very, very strong high voltage electron ray guns, ion ray guns, and the casing will be very metallic. It'll possibly have a rubber alloy with metallic and rubber alloy combined. With because rubber is a insulator, meaning high electricity will not be able to pass through it, which is safe for the consumer as well as the device itself for protection. The 2 high voltage ion ray guns, they're very expensive and very, very powerful. It'll be initially possibly $1,000 estimated. Miniature high voltage Van de Graaff generator. This Van de Graaff generator will be implanted at the top, and it'll be able to produce high negative concentrations that will be able to repel against the ion cloud to cause the propulsion process, which we estimate to be $1,000. Combining and manufacturing process is, as we know, expensive and is getting expensive today, such as manufacturing, combining car parts together. Similar to that, this would be similar to a car. It's a device that requires many components and would require a manufacturing process and a manufacturer company to cooperate with us, which would probably be estimated around $2,500. Total cost for one ELD devices, we're estimating $5,000. And total cost for 4 ELD devices, that would be either used for your own consumer use, for levitation and flight, or for combination with rafts for construction and space exploration, which we estimate to be $20,000. Now, although that sounds high,
it does sound pretty high, I'll give you that. So, I mean, let's look at like a brand new vehicle these days, right? You're spending about $25,000 to $30,000 for a brand new car. So, I mean, why spend that much when you could spend $20,000 and fly anywhere you want to go? The equilibrium breaking even is about 4 years, meaning that if we were to produce it at $20,000 and sell it for around $25,000, it would take us around 4 years to just start making profit off of this device. And this is the end of our...
Oh, wait one second. For additional... Now, as you're wondering, there are many questions in terms of how it can be used and how it can be balanced. Our idea so far is that it'll be similar to how Iron Man flies his suit. I mean, how many of you have seen Iron Man? And how many of you have, seen and imagined him flying around and testing it out, and recording an accidental levitation? Now, although that sounds dangerous, of course you have questions on dangers and precautions. This is a very revolutionary device to begin with. That's why we have revolutionary ideas on how it can be used as a vehicular device. Just like a car, it would require insurance in cars, insurance and training and practice to get used to driving a car. Similarly, there can be a possibly DMV place just for ELD in terms of flight and navigation. Or that's just for consumer use. For technology use and construction use, such as for buildings and for space exploration, it's very simple to use and very revolutionary in that aspect. And for consumer use, it can be used to balance. And you would hold your arms behind you for frontal movement and hold your arms in front of you for backward movement. And it's very balanced. And it can actually move you at speeds of up to 20 miles per hour, which is fairly safe for a consumer. It can even come with possible other extraneous accessories such as facial masks and protection. And of course, everyone would be precautioned in terms of protection accessories in that aspect. Yes. And that is the ELD, and we hope you liked it. Thank you.
Right now, I'd like to thank you guys very much. I understand you guys have a very extensive knowledge about this, and it's something that definitely, many government agencies and contractors would definitely look into it. Have you guys ever thought about potentially selling the rights of this patent to a defense contractor like Lockheed Martin?
Yes, we definitely have considered that, and we possibly will prefer that aspect because we have looked into establishing an independent business, which requires a lot of input costs and a lot of initial costs. So we definitely considered selling the rights to the patent.
Well, that's a very smart move because I have a very strong fear of potentially privatizing this because of the high cost that will be able to go through all the government agencies, which could potentially take 5 years just for this to get approved through the military to make sure it's safe and everything, and then to get the patent on it. And I feel like that this would cost a lot of money just to try to get approved and everything, try to get mass produced. And I feel that this could potentially be, if it's privatized, could be a legitimate, it could sometimes be a threat to public safety unless it's really strictly regulated, which would cost it a lot of money.
I'm not a big physics person, but it seemed like you knew what you were talking about. But the thing that not bothered me, but came to my attention was you said for the construction, the device could lift beams and you wouldn't have to use all those workers, but that's taking away a lot of jobs. So what would you do with those people?
In terms of jobs, there could be you may think of it that way, but it would actually be opening up new jobs for ELD construction. I mean, it doesn't exactly remove extraneous construction workers because it nearly helps them. And then you would need to move them and then move them around and control them. So workers aren't necessarily being removed for this process.
Yeah, I think it's more revolutionizing construction machinery than the actual jobs. So I would agree with them on that point.
I have a couple of questions. My first one is, you said that you wanted to sell your rights eventually. Is that correct?
Yes.
Why would we invest if you're going to sell the rights?
Excuse me?
Why would we invest if you're going to sell your rights?
That's just the potential. We're not established on that idea. We hope to maybe work with a company such as Edison Ventures, and we hope to possibly get investment money to establish this idea with you guys. So.
Okay, and my second question is, this obviously uses a lot of power.
Yes.
So how do you plan on getting that power?
So this device would it would be powered with a battery device. We are looking at about a device such that you would carry around a possible backpack of sorts to hold this battery power and to power this device. Or it can be connected to, in construction, it could be connected to the raft to power it up and levitate it. Or it can be connected to a Sputnik device or orbital device to power it.
And how can you ensure safety with that?
Ensure safety in terms
that
of
safe.
In terms of consumer use, personal use?
With lifting people and things with your invention?
For example, there was one scene in Iron Man where he, flies up and hits the
Yes,
wall, and
of
he
course.
should have died.
Obviously, this would come up with precautionary acceleration measures. It would not levitate you above a certain point, because obviously at such high heights, it would be very, very dangerous for you. That's why it would be able to lift you up and carry you. It's theoretically possible to lift you up anywhere, any height you want, because it counters the gravitational force on you. But you would use it at such a height, safe heights such as maybe 3, 4, 5 feet, just for consumer use, for easy travel. Also, for construction use, it can be also any height you want.
I have another question.
Yes.
I have a question too. My goodness.
Well, the levitating thing.
Yes.
When it's raining or cold outside, I wouldn't want to be flying. I'd want to be driving in my car.
Yeah.
Did you think about the demand of your product during, the winter and maybe in more tropical areas where it rains or things like that?
Yes. In terms of that aspect, it would, of course, this device isn't perfectly suitable for rainy weather. But that's, again, going back to the accessories and extraneous accessories you could use and can buy for protection for yourself. Maybe a possible umbrella that could come with
the umbrella hat combo is great. Look.
Wait, what?
Look, I don't want to waste any more time here.
Yes.
You mentioned Iron Man. You mentioned Superman.
Yes.
What happened when Superman got close to kryptonite?
Superman lost many of his powers. Yes.
Just like this deal, we're out.
Oh. Okay. Okay. Thank you, Mr. Wolf. Well, one of the biggest concerns we have about this product is this is a great idea, but for more of military use, I really don't think this could be something productized. Like the average person like me could just go on these two discs and fly up, because I feel that the general public, this is a very large public threat to public safety, because people flying up in the air, and the biggest concern obviously is that the amount of electricity that will be required to levitate people up in the air, as currently America has a very bad power grid, and I feel that this would definitely be a threat. It costs a significant amount of money, and the process of going through the government, where I highly doubt that from working in the government through my company, would not be able to prove this for public use, but more for military use. But for high expenses, we are out. But thank you for your time.
So is there any offers from the Sharks?
We're waiting
Or?
for any other offers.
You guys rushed us.
Hannah Pranav.
I'm not liking the use of theory. I'm hearing a lot of theory, so I'm out. We're out.
All right, so that leaves us. What was your asking price? Like, what would you guys?
We would like to ask for $200,000, but you can have 100% of the company. we're not about, even though the slide said breaking even, making profit, we're not about making money off of this device.
Not even a little bit?
No, we just want to see the use of our technology in the future. Whether or not we make money off of this, we just want to see our design out there.
It's not exactly about the profit for us, because we just want to revolutionize the world.
Yeah.
I mean,
Okay. We're just gonna hustle this up. So, I believe you said the weight limit on this theoretical product was 200 pounds. Well,
I weighed 205, so we're out.
We'll see you guys later.
We thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Alright, better luck next time, EOD. Next up, we have Ego Bikes. But before we go to Ego Bikes, we'd like to bring up our next judge and give a big round of applause for Elias Joe. Get loud, come on. Elias Joe is the founder and CEO of Entourage Yearbooks, provider of yearbooks to all 50 states, and which also made the incredible programs you all received tonight. Elias was born and raised in Central Jersey, having attended South Brunswick High School before heading off to Columbia. He now resides in Princeton with his wife and daughter.
Here's some founders of EcoBikes. EcoBikes is a specialty bike company offering our ever-growing consumer base with an environmentally friendly alternative to the classic bike.
Sharks, we are asking for $100,000 in exchange for 20% equity in our company. Next slide, please. So you might be thinking, aren't bikes environmentally friendly? But yes, the usage of them is, but often the materials that make up a bike aren't. Our product is unique because it is made from completely environmentally friendly and sustainable materials. The body of our bicycle is made from bamboo, sourced from Cali bamboo in California. And bamboo is an extremely sustainable material because it's grown all over the world, and it actually is known to grow up to 3 feet per day. That means that it's very low in cost for us to buy, and in turn we can sell it to our consumers at an affordable cost. The tires and grips of our bicycle are made from 100% recycled rubber, supplied by Mterra USA, and it's a fine chrome rubber that we then melt and use to make the parts of our bicycle. Finally, the spokes, chain, and handles of our bicycle are made from 100% recycled aluminum metal supplied by Kaiser Aluminum in California. We source all of our materials in the United States, which ensures a quality and consistent product for our consumers. Our product prices from $500 to $1,000, and it is a luxury brand because we do not mass produce and all of our materials are high quality. We have a 100% markup of our products, allowing for a wide profit margin. Our classic adult bicycle sells for $700. Our classic child's bicycle sells for $500. And finally, our luxury bicycle sells for $1,000. We also have more styles, prices, and colors available for different consumer needs. Although our materials are very low in cost, our labor prices are more expensive because we produce in the United States, which fuels sustainability and the American economy. To make the child classic bike, it costs us $250. To make the adult classic bike, it costs $350. And finally, our luxury bike costs us $500 to make. Next slide, please. Our target market is millennials and children, so we aim at school-age children and young professionals. Next slide, please. By 2018, millennials will have taken over the luxury segment of the market. This means that they will be the highest consumers of luxury items. However, unlike past generations, they buy luxury items differently. Instead of looking for something to show off to their friends, they look more for luxury in being that it is functional and usable. So, our bicycle will appeal to them, being that it is good for the environment and very useful. It is the most sustainability conscious demographic, and being that our bikes are sustainable, that too will appeal to them. And they are choosing buses and bikes over cars. They prefer social media ads and are the most connected generation online. So we will be able to have our advertisements online at a cheap price. They're starting to have children and will be able to pass on our brand to them. Next slide, please. We plan to start our headquarters in Philadelphia. Right now, we are an online store, but we'd like to expand more. And in the future, with success, we'd like to expand to Austin, Texas, and a very environmental city, and then to Portland, Oregon, the bike capital of the country. Thank you. Sharks?
So you said you aim to enter the luxury market in the $500 to $1,000 area, and obviously there's all these companies like Dynacraft, Huffy Corporation, Rand and Kent, and they're producing the same bikes, same market with probably they have established facilities in China and Taiwan, and their profit margins are pretty high, probably higher because they have lower manufacturing costs. So how do you expect to compete with that? And I'm sure they ensure the same quality because they have mass manufacturing.
Our product is extremely unique. There's nothing like it currently on the market. Additionally, because it's made in the United States, we know that consumers will trust our company because it's completely consistent. Sometimes overseas, we create things, they tend to
lower in quality.
So one of the things I come up with the idea, what I like about this product is like it's more of a designer item. Like what I applaud you guys for doing is for figuring out the finances where you guys can have very expensive manufacturing costs and costs for products to produce an item, and yet you guys are still able to have a very high margin, which is very good. And what I like about this idea is more of a designer item where people who would want a more high-end bikes that still have the same quality would like to buy it. So,
Can you tell us what you're asking for?
We're asking for $100,000 in exchange for a 20% equity in our company.
I have a comment. I really like the design of your bike and that the mid-frame is bamboo, but I was wondering what would happen if you're riding your bike and you ran across 3 angry panda bears. Would they end up eating your bike?
I do not think that panda bear would like to eat our bicycle because we seal the bamboo with a varnish, and it probably wouldn't taste very good.
and I like to point out that panda bears are very slow.
I'd like to make a counterpoint to that. Another way this bike could be recyclable is if you didn't put that varnish on, you could just feed the pandas after. That would work. I guess that wasn't funny. I'd like to.
Okay, we'll give you the offer of $100,000 for 25% of your company.
We'll give you the offer of $100,000 for 20%, plus mass manufacturing capabilities.
Are there any
The
more
extensive contacts I
We
have.
would like to make an offer for $100,000 for 15%, and we would be the ideal group to go with because we have expertise in the high-tech manufacturing, and we know how to market products well.
I have an offer. We're going with $200,000 for 25% equity in your company.
We just doubled everyone at this table.
We're young and we're hungry.
For bamboo, like the pandas.
You like that, Shaq. You like that.
That was a very good joke, Mr. Wolf.
They're probably not the right people to go with because I'm sure none of them know how to ride bikes. So
I like to point out our expertise in the high-tech manufacturing with telecom industries, and we could definitely take this product and try to get it manufactured with lower costs with our high-tech equipment.
You'd be doing all that with $100,000 less dollars.
You're a billion-dollar company, though.
I'll give you $100,000 not to take Cush's offer.
We second that.
We'll throw in $5 with that offer.
Would you be willing to go to 20%?
How about 23?
We'll take your deal.
All
Thank
right,
you.
perfect. Thank you. Why don't you guys come over here? We'll shake your hands and everything. As he said, young and hungry.
Can we have one last round of applause for Kinsey and Kaylee? Our next judge, John Addison, is the president of Photos by Dawn and a community business representative. He represents independent and family-owned businesses such as Mrs. G's, Schaefer's Tailors, and Menswear, and Minutemen Press of Ewing, and is currently working as the community and business ambassador for Mrs. G. Our next contestant, Darshil Patel, and his safety jack.
Hi, so my product's a safety jack. So some problems with texting while driving. As you can see, 23% of all car crashes are communication related. And at 55 miles per hour, the minimum time to check the text is 5 seconds. So in 5 seconds at 55 miles per hour on the highway, you can travel the length of a football field, and that could cause severe damage to yourself and other people. And 13% of all car crashes are ages 18 to 20 years old, and they have admitted to being texting while driving. And last one is 330,000 people every year get hurt from communication. So here's a short little video of a person texting while driving and what I can do.
Here we go. Steve has that vision. That's great. Worked out with high heel and later hair removal.
So what is my product? It's basically a device to just stop people texting and talking on the phone while driving. It's a plug-in jack that's personally customized per order. And I'll elaborate on that later. And it blocks messages and calls, as I said before. And there's two types, the standard and the customizable. The standard version and the customizable version I will also elaborate later. Currently, I chose the Samsung, Android, and the Apple phones to work with because those three are the top three most popular companies or so on the market. So target market, industrial technology, because every year new things are being made and the demand is high. So I can manufacture my products for less price. And I've mentioned before that ages 18 to 20 years old. They have admitted to been texting while driving, and it's a rapidly growing market. And also age 18, you probably know this, is a primordial age where you get a license. So prices in stores, my prices are going to be $20 to $25 to create at least a 50 to 100% profit margin. I'm going to start from door to door. And I plan into getting major retailers like Walmart and Target because those two franchises or so, they sell a broad topic on everything you could want. This is my design. So the symbol one on the left with the blue box or so, that's where the microchip or so is going to go, and the green and red is going to be the clip-on part of it. And it goes on the back of your phone and it acts like a back case. And the orange is the emitter, and your phone is basically your receiver. And on the right, the blue one is the customizable version. You can change the shape of the case or signal blocker around to your liking. And the standard version, you have a signal blockage, like you can't send any messages or calls, but you can receive them. And the customizable version, you can choose whether you can completely block it out, so all your messages and calls will be on standby while it's on, and when you turn it off, your message, you will get a notification for your message. And yeah. So what I'm asking from you sharks, I'm asking for $50,000 for 30% equity in my company. I want 50% of that for device testing and perfecting the device, and 50% for production. It's different from do not disturb mode because in do not disturb mode you can receive them but you don't get the notification, and in the standard version you get the notification, and in the customizable version and in airplane mode it shuts down all cellular activity but Wi-Fi is on, and in the standard version again it continues Wi-Fi or cellular activity, but you can choose to partially block it or completely. And every time you turn it on or off, your parents or whoever's in charge of the device gets a notification saying that it was turned off or on this date and this time whatsoever. So who's with me?
So this is based on human behavior. It's not an automatic when you get in the car. It's whether or not that individual is actually going to hook this into the phone and be responsible.
Yeah, and it's also used for other purposes, like when you're studying, you can use, your parents could use it and you can turn it on so it blocks out signal activity. You can't, if they choose to have the customizable version, you can completely block it out so you can't send or receive. so you won't know and you'll have a proper study time.
Are you aware of airplane mode?
Huh?
Are you aware of airplane mode?
Sorry, what?
Have you ever heard of airplane mode?
Yeah. I explained it a few
That's
minutes
you.
ago.
You control that yourself, Kush. I don't think your parents can turn that on for you. But
No, meaning they could get a notification so when you turn it on or off, so they could come and turn it on or so, personally.
With this device, can the individual user just turn it off by themselves?
Not necessarily, unless they want a scolding from their parents, and yeah, you can turn it off.
Have you looked into showing your product to car insurance companies to try to give incentives?
Not yet, but I plan on making it into another version where I could license it to car companies, so that would be a built-in version. So when you turn the car's motor or engine on, it would automatically give it the device a signal, so it could automatically turn on.
I think more people would be apt to use your device if they got discount rates on their car insurance for turning it on each time they got in the car.
Possibly, depends on what my manufacturing price is.
So there's already a lot of other applications like cell control or text execution that control cell phone usability in cars. And for example, cell control, it's more expensive than this obviously, but it has a lot more features like tracking, map tracking, and all kinds of other stuff. So how do you expect to compete with these applications which are obviously have less manufacturing costs because they're applications, and they've already been established in this market and there's people already going for them?
The thing is that some applications, they could make mistakes in the code or so it doesn't work as well.
I have a question. Because a lot of people use their phones for GPS, would you still be able to get directions from your phone using this device?
Yeah, it only blocks out the communication place.
Oh, okay.
But the state law says when your car is on, you cannot touch your phone, not for GPS or text or any type of messaging. It's an automatic ticket, anywhere between $400 to $8,000. So using your GPS while you're driving on your phone is actually illegal.
No, but I'm not touching it.
yes, Mom.
That's right.
Well, the distribution is not only for New Jersey too, so.
How much are you asking for?
$50K for 30% equity of my company.
All right, so we'll start it off. We do like your idea, and one thing we would change if you joined us was that kind of what Mr. Wolf was saying, that we kind of if you've heard of Progressive's new thing where you plug it into your car and it trying to keeps track of all the data of how fast you're going, and then the insurance then gives you discounts on that. So we can see that as an incentive for car insurance companies, and they'd be interested in this company and working with you. Again, we would like to work with you. So then we are willing to offer you $50,000 for 35%.
Would you go down to a 33%?
Actually, I think anyone can do the insurance. I could go up. I have contacts in the insurance industry, and so I'm going to give you exactly what you want, $50,000 for 30%.
Yeah, that sounds great. My middle name is Geico, so I'm going to give you $75,000 for 33%, my team. That's $25,000 more than you're asking for.
I'll take your offer.
Of course you will.
Their hands yet.
Huh?
You haven't shaken their hands yet. Not.
Quick, shake my hand.
Okay.
I don't know what it is, but whenever Schneck and Wolf offer someone, they're so quick to take it. We have other offers.
Yeah, it's the allure of the wolf schneck. It's the aura.
Okay, now we'll take a quick 5-minute intermission. We have concessions outside the doors. Half the proceeds will go to Special Olympics, and when we come back, we'll do a raffle. And now our next contestant will be Sammy Shaw. by Olivia Watman.
Hi, my name is Olivia Watman, and I'm the owner and founder of Sammy Shaw, an Indo-American curry-influenced barbecue non-wich franchise, which caters directly to our target market of business professionals between the ages of 20 and 30 years old. Next, please. Now, you might be wondering, what is Sammy Shaw? Well, Sammy Shaw is a name that is reflective of our Indo-American cuisine, as it combines the American shorthand version of sandwich, or Sammy, with the word commonly used in India for king, or Shaw, to directly market ourselves as a Sandwich King franchise. Here at Sammy Shaw, the specific type of sandwiches we sell are non-wiches, and non-wiches are composed of 3 different parts. First, all of our non-wiches have a naan base, which comes in white and wheat options and sells for 75 cents. We then add a curry barbecue filling, which comes in tempeh, tofu, lentil patties, and eggplant, all selling between $1.50 and $3 max. And finally, we finish off our sandwiches with our vegetable toppings, such as corn, peas, potatoes, tomatoes, and more, all selling between 10 cents and 30 cents each. The average price of a Sammy Shaw non-wich is $3.50. And the average price of an entire meal, which includes a soup, a salad, a non-wich, and a beverage, is just $10. And given that only a burrito at Chipotle is $8 and just a sandwich at Subway is $5, our prices are unmatchable on the market. Next, please. Each day at Sammy Shaw, we anticipate selling 500 non-bases, vegetable toppings, and soups, as well as 250 curry barbecue fillings and salads, giving us a total net income, gross income in our first year of $1.2 million. After factoring out our cost of goods sold, which stands at $800,000, we are left with a gross margin of $400,000. And once we remove our salaries, wages, and other fixed business expenses, we have a net income in our first year of $60,000. Next, please. And then one more. So now that we have an established financial situation at Sammy Shaw, let's talk about the economics in India. Right now, India has a $1.2 billion gross domestic product, making it the 10th wealthiest country in the world. As well, it has a population of 1.2 billion people, making it the 2nd most populated country in the world. So not only does Sammy Shaw have an immense financial market to expand into, we also have a plentiful customer base to target our product to. As well, there we go, the first location, next, will be located in Mumbai. Mumbai is known as the commercial capital of India. It is the #1 business startup city. It is known as the melting pot of Indian culture and is the city that never sleeps. And obviously, people that never sleep need a sustainable and nutritious source of energy to keep them going throughout the day, which is exactly what Sammy Shaw provides to the community. Okay, so here at Sammy Shaw, we like to say, we're not only good for your body, but we're good for the community too. So instead of risking the high financial costs associated with transporting food from America to India, we will simply be using the local community instead. Specifically, we'll source out a local bakery to provide us with large quantities of white wheat flour as we produce 100 naan each day before our opening time of 11 a.m. and continue to produce naan until our closing time of 8 p.m. to ensure overall quality and freshness of our product. As well, we need to find a farmer to provide us with our veggie toppings, and a lentil farmer to provide us with our tempeh, tofu, and lentil patties, and all these would be barbecued and curried to give us our distinctive Indo-American flavor. And finally, for our limited meat menu, we would need to find a rancher to provide us with our beef, pork, and poultry. Though we are predominantly a vegetarian restaurant, we do offer a small sampling of meat to target to the non-traditional Indian eaters. Next, please. Overall, here at Sammy Shaw, we are excited to expand into the Indian community and continue to promote the message that though life is stressful and fast-paced, it's never too hectic for a nutritious meal. Thank you, Sharks. I'm asking for $100,000 in return for a 33% stake in my company. I am now open to deals.
All right.
So as you expand throughout India, obviously a lot of the different states have different food preferences. So are you planning to adapt to each region's preference per se, like South Indian food or North Indian food?
To start, we will just be having a general non-rich Indo-American cuisine with the curry barbecue flavor. That is definitely something we will consider as we learn more about the Indian culture as we progress in Sandy Shaw.
I have a question. Would you, I think this is a great idea, by the way.
Thank you.
Would you consider, taking your restaurant into the United States, or are you just planning on cornering the Indian market?
So right now we are predominantly a Indian restaurant. In 2016, we plan on opening a franchise in New Delhi, and then in 2017 we want to open a restaurant in Bangalore. In 2018, a food truck franchise. So maybe after that point, after we're well established in India, we would move on to America and maybe segment our food truck to Philly, where it's really popular, and grow from there.
So what I like about this business is that because you're going after the community and getting all your produce from the community, that we'll definitely know that you'll be able to make a very high profit margin. And with all the sales you're going through, like since you're starting in Mumbai and New Delhi, which are two very big financial sector places where there are a lot of tourists, predominantly from America and Europe, I definitely can see where you'll have a very high, you'll have a lot of demand. So we would like to match your offer at $100,000 for 33%.
Okay, we're going to do $100,000 for 25%.
We'll up that up to $100,000 for 20.
We'll do $150,000 for 20%.
You can't do $150,000.
All right,
He
we'll
just
do
said he could.
Well,
Hannah and Pranav, I will take your offer.
But you can't. You can't do
You
that.
have $100,000 or $200,000?
Yeah, you can't do
About $200,000.
All right, we'll give you 200.
Thank you.
Just so the judges know, Pranav just got played out of $50,000.
I have money to blow.
Big congratulations to Olivia Wobbin for getting that extra $50,000. All right, next up to the stage we have the business company called the Easy Collar of Tejan and Janardhan.
We made the Easy Collar, and it's a portable electric dog collar that is used for walking. So next slide, please.
Alright, so basically it's a portable electric fence. So basically when you buy the electric collar, it comes in 4-digit code. When you use your phone, you download an app. Once you first use the app, it'll ask for the 4-digit code. So when you go on walks with your dog, it'll allow you to walk with your dog leash free. And if it goes a certain distance, it'll get a little vibration and it should come back to you, feeling confused and dizzy.
Alright, so next slide, please. Alright, so how it works. The Easy Collar works using the technology and softwares from the smartphone, similar to the Tag Collar, which monitors how far your dog goes, and vibrators and electric panels that are already placed within the collar. So if your dog goes a certain amount of feet, you can manually give it a shock, or it can automatically give it a shock depending on how many feet it is.
I think the collar's going off.
So next, that's a picture of a similar thing, but it only monitors your how far your dog is. So yeah, next slide.
Here, 1 second. See, just take that mic off your collar and speak into it. There you go.
Struggles of ordinary leashes. Many dogs strongly dislike leashes. This leads to aggression. According to a study by the Humane Society's Inga Frick, leash aggression is most likely a reflection of the frustration dogs feel when the leash prohibits them from expressing their normal breeding behavior. So basically, dogs don't like leashes.
Next slide, please. Alright, so the benefits of the Easy Collar include you can now jog with your dog, and it will let your dog feel like they have more freedom, and you no longer have to hold and pull the leash. And it's a great way to train your dog, just like electric fences. You may eventually take off the collar because they become trained and they don't need to use the easy collar anymore. And that's a picture of a woman jogging with her dog on the beach. So next slide, please.
All right, why the easy collar is different? We believe that dogs shouldn't be restrained by a leash. Leash-free electronic training collars are available, but are only for use indoors and in the backyard. Ours basically allows the dog to run freely. We advise you to go in familiar areas for around 2 weeks, so it'll get used to the vibration of the collar.
Next slide, please. So these are just some pictures of the easy collar, and it's just some graphs. So this one is just some designs, and that's a sort of drawing that it was badly done, but you know. So it's just a simulation of what it would look like. So the guy's carrying his phone, and the dog is walking. So yeah, and he's controlling it through his phone. So next slide, please.
All right, what we're asking for, we're basically asking for $50,000 for 40% equity of our company. Our primary audience are dog owners and pet owners.
And 50% of the profits that we make from this will go to testing and productions for prototypes, and then the other one will go to production of the collar for. So next slide, please.
Our pricing, we plan on selling this product in the range of $30 to $50. Electric collars can reach up to $100 after purchasing all the equipment. We're just using the collar and the iPhone app. We plan on selling it at Petco, PetSmart, other major retailers like Walmart, and we plan on doing this on online shopping too, as well.
So that's the end of our presentation.
Well, I like you guys.
Thank you.
I like your product, and I'm going to cut to the chase. I'm going to offer you exactly what you're asking for, $50,000 for 40% equity.
Any more offers?
We will offer you 50 for 25%. We feel that this would definitely be a great product that we can market. We want to try to work with this product, try to be able to train the dogs so that they are not afraid of going outside, and we feel that we could be your best angel investors.
Wait, do you know that's worse than our offer, or are you?
Well, we're making it better for them.
By 50, okay.
$50,000 for 25%.
All right, that's good.
Any other offers?
Yeah, we'll change our offer. We'll go 50 for 25 as well, but just remember who gave you the offer first. So, yeah.
I have 2 Havanese puppies, and they're very well trained, so I think that we would be the better.
They are well trained,
They're
so you don't need
well-trained.
this?
No. When we had the invisible fence installed, we were able to train them and have it be a more positive lesson so they weren't afraid of getting shocked so much. And now they're not shocking anymore.
So you can eventually take the collar off, yeah.
We'll take it off.
Wait,
I have an offer.
Oh, all right.
All right, we'll do $50,000 for 25%, and I can also bring you feline contacts because.
All right. Wait. We're going to $75,000. $75,000 for 25% of your company.
We're young and we're hungry.
Could you repeat your offer one more time?
$75,000 for 25% of the company.
We will take $100,000 for 33% of the company.
Remember, the only thing the other 2 are offering is money.
Well, we're offering expertise and doggy love.
Gentlemen,
Really, doggy love?
we'll give you $100,000 for 30%.
We will
That's
also match that
3%
offer.
less.
All right, we're putting in our final offer for this company, $100,000 for 25% of your company.
We will match that offer.
We will match that offer as well.
So now you have 3 offers, all for the same amount of money and percent of your company.
You just got to choose which sharks you like the best. I would like to say, remember who was with you from the beginning.
Shaq,
Can I speak dumbly, you know that, right?
wait, Shaq, have you heard of the tortoise and the hare? It's not all about who comes.
I have pictures of my puppies if you want to see them. They're very cute.
I have a dog as well.
I too have Google Images, Lindsay. So thanks for that. But
and they're cute.
The judges, what's the offer that's on the table right now?
all three of us have offered $100,000 for 25% equity in the company.
And usually that's good any other day, but tonight it's $100,000 for 20%. So come on over here, shake our hand, and let's complete the deal.
Okay, hold on. We will go $100,000 for 15%. And remember, we have pictures of Lindsay's dogs.
All right, and we will match that offer, despite us saying that we wouldn't.
We'll go 14%.
We'll do 13%.
Well, can you please give us the math of how much you're valuing the company at?
Don't forget the puppies.
Mr. Snack?
$100,000 for 10% of your company and a $1 royalty on all collars. That's it.
We will do $100,000 for 10%, no royalty. That's our final offer.
100,000 for 9.9%.
Okay, that's enough.
We'll take Cush's offer.
You made the right decision, buddy. Come on. Okay, so yeah.
Absolutely asinine. That's blasphemous. I am appalled.
Do you want to see how funny he is? He was sitting like a horse. That's you. His name's Max. The other one's
Thank you, guys. Our next contestants, Stephanie and Madeline Hernandez-Mendez, with their product, the reusable duos.
Okay, has this ever happened to you?
Lotion, scrubs. I'm doing pretty good. Hi, who are you? I'm the answer to your problem. Well, come in. I've seen this plenty of times. Yeah. You need reusable duos. What's that? Well, it's this container right here. It splits in half, and each side is magnetic, so you can interchange it and put things such as lotions or scrubs, and leave it hassle and mess-free. Wow, can I see that? This is really perfect for me. You know, I should really going. Thanks so much. Here, I think you need this more than me. Thank you. I gotta go. Bye. So remember, when you're stuck in this mess, just use reusable duos.
Hello, Sharks. My name is Stephanie, and this is my sister. And we are the creators of reusable duos.
What our product is a unique way to store your scrubs, your lotions, your creams in a more convenient way. And our target market is everyone.
Okay, so how it works, well, it's this container right here. It splits in half, and each side is magnetic, so you can connect them. And as my sister mentioned, you can have lotions, scrubs, shampoos, drinks, anything you want, and so much more. Expanding this further, we would create a website making it available 24/7 for our customer, as well as teaming up with customizable websites such as Zazzle, where you can actually customize your product, such as having it as a birthday gift or promotional events, and have the company's name on there if you wanted to. Next slide.
So these are our product pictures. So my sister is going to be handing out to the sharks our pictures and our logos. In our logo, we really wanted to show that our product is reusable, eco-friendly, and the plastic can be recycled. Next. So these are our top 2 logos that we thought. As I said, we really wanted to show that our product is magnetic and it's eco-friendly. Next.
So cost and promotion. So we would have a full-size kit. It would be $14.99 for 2 halves with the 3 different lid types, as we will explain later on in the presentation. And we have to remember we're getting a 2-in-1 deal because it is basically 2 products in one. We also have a travel size kit, which would be $7.99 for the 2 halves with the same 3 different lid types but in a smaller size. And promoting this, we really want to attract a lot of people, so we are thinking celebrity endorsement, online and in-store deals, as well as teaming up with customizable websites, as we mentioned.
So these are the 3 different lid types. The first one is the pump. Well, the first one is the presser, which you just press one end and the product comes out. This can be used for creams, lotions, scrubs, anything you want. Our second one is the lid, which you can put really anything, such as drinks, lotions, creams. And our last one is the pump. Next.
Okay, so now some feature and benefits. As we mentioned, this product is magnetic. It's interchangeable, so you can go from, say, body lotion to hand scrub, hand sanitizer, anything you really want. It's travel size and full size, and it's generic, so it has multiple purposes.
It's also unique and intriguing. It's easy to use, it's low priced, and it's convenient.
Next. So now some versatility with reusable duos. So one of our ideas was room decor and placing it on the fridge since it is magnetic, such as here we have an example where you can actually stick it to magnetic surfaces like this. So say you wanted to save up space in your room, you can actually put it on like magnetic surfaces, say lotions, instead of having it everywhere in your room. You can just put it on your wall if you have a magnetic surface, or on the fridge with drinks and stuff like that, because the possibilities with this product are endless.
So, Sharks, we are asking for $50,000 for 35% stake in our company.
So, Sharks, who wants to join our duo and make reusable duos a successful product? Thank you.
Thank you.
Could you repeat how much equity are you asking for?
35%.
Thank you.
Well, I love your product, and it would look great hanging next to my loofah in the bathroom. So we're offering $100,000, which is $50,000 more than you're asking, for 40% equity.
Are there any more offers? All due respect.
We'll give you $50,000 for 40% with mass manufacturing capabilities.
That's $50,000 less.
Yeah, and I could get you in the Target. No problem.
I can do Walmart and Target.
Are there any other offers? Ms. Shaneka, Mr. Wolf, would you be able to go down to 37%?
Yes.
Deal.
Deal.
Okay.
Seriously, that's one of my favorite products.
Thank you.
Awesome.
Thank
really
you.
Great idea.
Congratulations to the reusable duos. All right, welcoming up to the stage our last contestant of the night, Ad Boxity by Simon.
Hello everybody, hello Sharks. My name is Simon. I want to present to you Adboxity. It's a project I just recently started working on and it's been in my head for a while. I'm not sure what slides are up here. Can you push next? There we go, that's my slide. This is a logo for the brand that I designed by myself. And I'm going to get into how everything formed by explaining a little about me. Next slide, please. A little about myself. So my name is Simon Lugowski. I'm an immigrant. I came here 11 years ago, a little over 11 years ago. And ever since, I've been interested in academics that relate to business and anything I could get my hands on. So other than taking a class for marketing here at Lawrence High School, I participated in the DECA competition, like many of my colleagues and fellow students here. I went to the state competition after the regionals, and I was a finalist. Unfortunately, didn't go to the nationals, but next year. I'm a member of the Business Academy here at Lawrence High School, and now I'll talk a bit about my after school. Basically, what this is going to explain to you is how this whole product came about and the foundation behind it. As I mentioned, I'm a graphic designer and marketing manager at a local printing company here in Lawrenceville, New Jersey. It's called Blue Ink Studio, LLC. The website is blueinkprinting.com if you want to see some of my web design work. And basically, I'm around customers and accounts all the time. And I always get the same, it always comes down to working with businesses and getting the same type of input from the businesses. Whenever I meet somebody, I talk to that person, I try to get, what are you looking for that's not out there right now? Because that's the only way you're going to come out with a product that's innovative and that's something new that there's a demand for. So as I mentioned here, working closely with startup businesses, some of which I co-own. Some of these include crazy things like a landscaping company, pretty much anything that relates to websites and stuff like that. And this is my LinkedIn profile, if anyone wants to add me after the show, so then we can make a connection or anything like that. Now, if you could put the next slide on, please. Now, what exactly is Adboxity? So pretty much, Adboxity came to me when I was working, on my job, and I started doing a website for a new customer. They walked in, they said, "Oh, we need a custom website coded. I heard you're the guy." I started coding the website, and then we got, how do you want to promote your business? What's a good way I can promote my business without, spending crazy amount of money or promote an event or, let's say, promote anything in general? How can I reach my community and be sure that I'm not spending more money than everybody else to get that same type of exposure? How do I know I'm not going to overpay or get, some use the term gypped for my money? Basically, Adboxity came to me when I thought, wow, if people can set the price every single time, and then you can have something that's online, while at the same time physical, and when everyone can hold it, I thought that's going to make the perfect connection. So that's how I came up with Adboxity. If you can put the next slide, please. Here's a video. It's an animated video I made, and a voice actress I work with. If we could pause it, play from zero. Just start over, because I missed a lot. Just start at 0. Thank you.
Adboxity allows anyone to bid on virtual ad space online, which is then printed and direct mailed locally. It's more simple than you think. Adboxity makes advertising locally and getting a hold of direct mailing easy for anyone. To start, simply visit adboxity.com. Select your state, your city, and bid away. Winning bidders control the space and get to upload their advertisement. Adboxity coming to your city soon.
Okay, thank you. So pretty much that's the promotional video. Thank you. And that's pretty much what I feature as a part of my website package and all of that. And before I get to the investment, which ignore the numbers for now. So basically what Adboxity is I thought, wow, you put a price on an ad space and everybody thinks, wow, I can't afford that for my business, or perhaps I'm going to buy out all of these ad spaces. Well, then I thought, what if you bid on ad space? What if there's an auction where you know that you're not going to bid more than someone else is going to have to bid for that same space? Where you're competing with other people, you know that someone is going to spend that money to advertise. In that way, you can know that for whatever the space is, you know that you're going to get a good price because that's what other businesses are paying. So it's always competitive because that's what marketing is. It's competitive. And then the aspect of just the online presence is that other than just being an online ad Boxity, the same page you see online as the website gets printed and direct mailed to your area. As you saw in the video, first you'll select New Jersey and then Mercer County. I'm thinking of expanding on that depending on how the company grows. And that's pretty much the sum of what Adboxity is. I'm also looking to expand exponentially because I code the website myself. So with extra web developers, with extra resources, everything else will become doable. There's going to be opportunities to have freelance writers who can be featured on Adboxity on the direct mailers, and working with cities. So far, I've talked to several businesses, including Limoncello's, Dominic's Pizza, Sanders Lock Shop. And from these businesses, they've usually showed an interest, and I even got them to sign a little agreement with me, which is a mutual, agreement that once I get the project going, they're going to bid on ad space as soon as it's available. So other than that, I think I'm just going to pretty much see what we can get as far as the investment goes, and then the money will be invested to energize the growth of the company by executing powerful marketing and advertising campaigns. Here's the thing. I'm all about doing things in an efficient way without paying, tons of other companies to do it. And I'm not just talking about myself. Thunder can strike me or lightning can strike me tomorrow, but the company has to go on. That's why I want to put all my assets and all my knowledge into the company to allow for website SEO and backlinks to be formed, powerful dedicated servers and upgraded FTP client, web developers and marketing interns, as well as advertising, marketing campaigns, and that includes contracts with various county councils across New Jersey. The first county council which I spoke with was, they're part of the Alden Avenue Ordinance. So what I'm trying to do is expand Adboxity to have banners all around, of course, sizable banners in areas of different cities and towns, and then have a way for the banners to become a part of the package. So Adboxity is really going to grow, and I hope it's going to be in every city soon.
Okay. So, all right.
Yes,
when I think about this company, I think of it as the next GoDaddy, and for God's sakes, the next Amazon. So we feel about this company is that this is something that can definitely expand very quickly, and a lot of companies and media outlets will have the attention of this company. So Lucy and I are preparing to offer you $50,000 for 20% of your company, and we are willing to negotiate the equity. So $50,000 for 20%.
While I do respect your offer, I would like to hear all the offers on the table. Do we have any other offers?
Shaq? I'd like to offer you $75,000 for 30% of your company.
Okay. Of course, I respect that offer, and all sharks are welcome.
Okay. Is it Simon, right?
Simon, yes.
All right. Mrs. Schneck and I were talking, and we really love this idea, and we want to invest in you, Simon, because we believe in you, and I think you're sort of shortchanging yourself by only asking for $49,000. I think you need more money. We'd like you to draw a possible salary, get better dedicated servers, and we're prepared to offer you $200,000 for 40% of your company.
Okay. So, Simon,
yes.
I would like to be your Sean Parker of Mark Zuckerberg. So we will.
Sean Parker is not the guy to go with.
Yeah. Okay. So we will do $200,000 for 30%. We offer a lot of expertise.
He's going to get caught with cocaine at a party.
Thank you, Pranav.
I do not
$200,000 for 30%.
$200,000 for 30%.
Okay, then that's good. We'll give you 20. We'll only $200,000 for 25% equity.
25%.
Because we believe in you, Simon.
Wow.
And wait, real quick. I also believe in you, and I believe in you so much. I don't have $200,000 to give you, but I'll give you the $100,000. But I think you're the person that can take this company farther than any of the sharks here can. So I'll give you $100,000 for only 5% of your company, because I think this is going to be really big. That 5% will be worth
quite a lot of money at some point.
But you get a specialty here. You get the marketing person on your team. You don't have to train me or educate me. I just come and I can take your orders.
Shaq's evaluation, he's valuing your company at $2 million. So what we will do is we will do $200,000 for 9% of your company. So what we're getting with your company right now is we have 2 dedicated angel investors. We have the expertise to work with you. We have the connections.
He's Sean Parker. Just keep that in mind.
Think about what sharks you want to work with and what sharks you don't want to work with.
$200,000 for 9%.
You haven't listened to my offer yet.
I'd like to make a statement. I'll hear out your offer, of course.
Okay, I was gonna match Shaq's offer, and no questions asked from past impressions of stuff I've heard you do.
Perfect. Now you mentioned that I do understand he's Sean Parker, and I do understand that Sean Parker did join Facebook, and I do understand that Facebook right now is a multi-billion-dollar company. Therefore, I have to take a deal with Shaq. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you, everybody.
Oh yeah, and just to be clear, Sean Parker was behind Spotify also, so...
My hands are dirty.
Fist bump. Thank you. I don't know what next will do. This is actually a thing, www.adboxcity.com. Thank you.
Thank you. Real quick for the judges, that's $200,000 for a mere 9% by Kush. I just wanted to make sure you heard the mere 9%.
You offered 5%, so...
For only $100,000.
Yeah, our evaluation's like... Never mind.
All right. Okay. Congratulations to Simon and Adboxity. I want to give a special congratulations to all the contestants tonight. They did a great job. To the Sharks, to the judges, to all you guys for coming out tonight. You guys did a great job. Right now, the judges are tabulating their scores, and we're about to put the link right here for you guys to look at and vote for the contestants tonight for who you think did the best job and who will be the winner of tonight's competition. All right, all the contestants, you guys will be receiving a prize package from the Special Olympics and Deloitte Touche. And we're going to pass them out now. Each team will receive one prize. All right, guys, we have the results from the Shark Tank competition. All right. First, we were going to announce the first place Shark group, which did the best job overall. And the winner is... Hannah Pazluzny and Pranav Sabanagana. Good job. Now on to the entrepreneurs. Starting off with the second runner-up, third place, is the 3D Thinkers. And now the first runner-up and second place entrepreneur is Adboxity. And the winner of tonight's competition is Compad.
We would like to thank everybody for coming out tonight. We hope you have a good weekend. Thank you.
A special thanks to the judges, too. Good job tonight. Thank you for coming out tonight. We really appreciate it. Thank you.
And our Sharks.